Welcome to Nightique. I'm Edward St. Pé. Tonight we meet Kimberly Morgan-Myles. She's a former Miss Mississippi, and she's also a great singer. She's in the new stage theater production in Jackson of It Ain't Nothing But the Blues. So we're going to talk to her, and we're going to hear her perform a couple of tunes from It Ain't Nothing But the Blues at New Stage Theater. So stay tuned. We've got Kimberly Morgan-Myles coming up next after these words.
Since 1849, Carter Jewelers has been a part of Jackson's rich history. Over 163 years later, we've not only survived, Carter Jewelers has flourished. From generation to generation, we've established a tradition of excellence. Our reputation is built on customer satisfaction, service, and trust. Every piece of jewelry is handpicked, so you know you're getting the best value.
Nobody says I do like we do at Carter Jewelers.
Come see us and be part of our history.
Ingalls Shipbuilding is hiring electricians, structural welders, machinists, ship fitters, pipe fitters, and pipe welders in our Pascagoula, Mississippi site. Signing bonuses available for pipe welders only. Positions are union represented. Come build your career with Ingalls Shipbuilding. Go to www.huntingtoningalls.com/careers or call 888-935-1507. Welcome to Nightique, Kimberly Morgan-Myles.
Yes.
With us, and thank you for being with us here on the show.
I'm glad to be here.
So, okay, we're gonna take it back. First off, you are presently in It Ain't Nothing But the Blues.
Right.
At New Stage Theater.
Yes.
And you're singing.
Yes.
And acting.
Yes, and dancing.
And dancing
3
too.
months pregnant.
And 3 months
No,
pregnant.
3.5, almost 4 months pregnant.
Okay,
actually.
all right. Now that's present, and we're going to talk about that show, and it's going through, I think, sometimes in June, right?
That is going through sometime in June.
June 10th or June 14th?
It's actually, we just have officially committed to a holdover for June 10th through the 14th. So
That's
we have
great.
an additional week.
That's great.
It's been selling out every
Congratulations. Oh, that's
night,
great.
so it's been great.
So you're going to sing for us in a little bit some songs from the show.
Yes.
However, let's begin with your career. You were a Miss Mississippi, right?
I was. In 2007, I was crowned Miss Mississippi, the 50th Miss Mississippi, as well as the second African American to win Miss Mississippi, which was quite a wonderful time in my life. And then I went on to Miss America, and I was a semifinalist at Miss America. So it was a terrific experience, and it's just really, really great to be back on the stage kind of since then. I mean, I've done some stuff in between too, but it's kind of like it's happening all over again because the show is really, it's been really popular, and people have been coming out to really support and sold out shows, and so I'm just really excited about that, and everybody is remembering me.
Well,
so it's a good feeling.
Well, when you were Miss Mississippi and then a semifinalist in Miss America, what was your feeling as you traveled around representing the state? What were you getting from people? What were their thoughts of Mississippi?
Oh, it's quite interesting because being that I was the second African American, I had a lot of different type of reactions.
Tell us about that. I'd like to know about that. That's an interesting side of it.
I had some really great support. I had incredible support, and then there were some that were surprised from other states, like you, Miss Mississippi. Oh my gosh, because of the stereotype or the misconception of
Meaning
what I think.
a black person being a Miss Mississippi.
Yes.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, but it was wonderful, and for them to see, and it's just like, yeah, Mississippi have so much great. So many great things to offer, and so many great people. I said, whatever you've been taught, I said, you have to come and visit Mississippi for yourself and see the people. It's the hospitality state. Everybody is sweet and wonderful and nice and intelligent and talented. And I said, just look at the history of Mississippi, and you'll find out. You'll see. And so people really kind of jumped on the bandwagon and really received me very well. And I had a terrific year as Miss Mississippi, to be honest with you.
Did your perspective on things change being an emissary for the state as Miss Mississippi? Did you learn things that you thought that maybe that you were not expecting to learn?
Well, I definitely think it made a woman out of me. I learned a lot about selflessness. It wasn't about me, it was about being an example for others. I was an educator at the time. I was teaching at a high school in Marks, Mississippi in the Delta, and the reactions from my students. And after my reign ended, I came back to my students, and some of my students were like, I can do it too. I really can I can become this, I can become that. And that was what I was trying to teach from the beginning, and I had a mentoring program, and that really helped ignite the fire of the world of possibilities for students, not just in that particular area, but anywhere and everywhere for all people and all children. And I think it just blessed me in a way to where I did have desires to perform, but my heart, and I just felt like it was God telling me, go back and make sure some of those students fulfill their dreams as well, go to college, because some of them really didn't believe that they can go to college or had what it takes to do that. And I took them on some college tours during that particular time. And I think it really opened a world of just belief and just confirming that if they see me do it, they could do it too. That made me feel really, really great.
Well, what made you think you could do it? I mean, when you were growing up, you were growing up in Mississippi, a young girl. Did you think that, what gave you the ability to achieve what you achieved?
Yeah, I was blessed with wonderful parents, and I was blessed with wonderful teachers as well. I grew up with a 70% hearing disability, and my mom really pushed me into different activities for confidence building as well as pageants. I really was a tomboy, and my mom kind of pushed me into pageants just to help build my self-esteem. And then my dad was a musical guy. He taught me everything I know about music, and he would just push me to go on the stage and really I always say, feel the lights, and they will always tell me to never let anything hinder you from what you really want to do in your life and what your purpose is, and never make excuses just because of a disability. And that's what I did, and I believed what they told me, and I believed my teachers when they told me that I would be Miss Mississippi. My second grade teacher, Miss Massey, if she's watching this show, this is my shout out for her, but she told me when I was in the second grade that I would be Miss Mississippi. I didn't know what to think at that time, and I did get a chance to meet Toni Seawright when I was 5 and sat in her lap and took pictures with her, but I didn't know at that time that I would be, but I had a desire that I had a teacher that saw something in me that thought that I had a chance in life to have that type of prestige, beautiful title. And
isn't that something though? That teacher implanted that in your mind.
Yeah, and that was what I wanted.
You went on to achieve it. That's really a testament to the power of positive thinking, and you can instill this in a child's mind if you're able to, and you did it.
One nugget.
And
it's so important for teachers, for educators to really be careful what you say and what you do, because we're watching. When you think we're not, and I was in the second grade. I was about 8, and I carried that with me throughout my life and pursued that, and it happened for me. And my life has been so blessed since that. And I just never made excuses for myself and just go for the goal, give it a try. You may cry sometime, you may not win every time, but just pick yourself back up and try again and see what happens.
So right now, you are in It Ain't Nothing But the Blues at New Stage.
Woo!
And you're going to sing for us a couple of songs from that project. And you're involved in theater even today as an educator at Tougaloo College. You're a theatrical professor, right?
Yes, I teach theater and creative writing at Tougaloo College.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you're still in the process of giving back to the young people?
I don't think I can ever run away from it. I think it's my calling.
But it must be exciting to have a theater department at your disposal, creating something with all those young people and all those creative minds, right?
Some great things are happening at Tougaloo College.
Tougaloo College, right here in Jackson, the capital.
And I have some amazingly talented students. So I'll probably come back to your show and
Well, we
announce
want to
some of
have
the
some of them on.
Yeah.
It's exciting, very exciting. Think
amazing.
about what we can do.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back with Kimberly, and we'll talk more about the new show at New Stage that she's appearing in, and we'll hear some songs too. Stay with us.
Since 1849, Carter Jewelers has been a part of Jackson's rich history. Over 163 years later, we've not only survived, Carter Jewelers has flourished. From generation to generation, we've established a tradition of excellence. Our reputation is built on customer satisfaction, service, and trust. Every piece of jewelry is handpicked, so you know you're getting the best value.
Nobody says I do like we do at Carter Jewelers.
Come see us and be part of our history.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amanda Rice with Quinn Healthcare, and I believe in the power of exercise. Many patients ask me if they would develop high blood pressure or diabetes just because their parents did. I tell them that although we cannot change our genetics, we can control our diet and level of exercise. Simply making better choices can change your life. I'm Dr. Amanda Rice with Quinn Healthcare, and I want you to know that you are in control.
Well, we're with Kimberly Morgan-Myles, who was the 2007 Miss Mississippi.
That's correct.
And a finalist in Miss America, too.
Yes, and that was in 2008.
That is really, that's saying something.
Yeah,
to
saying
go
that I'm
all the
getting
way
old.
to that point. That is, now, okay, we were talking about your singing and how you started as a very young person.
Yes.
And that was your talent in the Miss Mississippi pageant,
Yes.
right? Okay, so you've been singing all these years. You're still singing. Now you're in It Ain't Nothing But the Blues.
That's correct.
And so tell us about this play. Tell us about your performance in this play and
Wow.
your character in this play.
My character in this play is quite interesting. But my husband and I, we battled with, I told him I was battling with how I was going to develop my songs and my characters within the songs, because all of my songs are kind of different. I consider my character the one that have the gospel, that brings in the gospel feel, that plays around with a little bit of the heartbreak from the man, which I consider the women's side of the blues, and then to telling a story at the end, which is Strange Fruit, telling a story in the end that kind of sums up American history, Mississippi history, with what developed the blues, how it came into play, and then where we're going now. And that's how I describe my character. Strong, compassionate, very passionate, and continuing to move forward. I think that's how I would really describe my character. And I'm playing the character of Greta from the original It Ain't Nothing But the Blues from the Broadway production.
Okay, have you learned enough to tell us what is the blues?
The blues is everybody's story of, I say, have been there and done that. The blues developed from African chants to the Delta spirituals to the Chicago nightclubs to the bluegrass country to the juke joint country and a honky tonk. The blues is just stories of from the heart and pouring it out, being free from it, sharing that. It's Mississippi history, and it summons the soul of American music, which is American history. And I think that's, to me, when I describe the blues, that's what it is.
It's sort of like maybe the only indigenous blues and jazz, indigenous American music.
It is.
Because
it's the American
it was
music.
born in this country instead of some other country, right?
And developed in this state.
In the States.
That's why it's so
it's like a
rich here.
catharsis of the soul in a way.
It is.
That's one there you could throw into the definition category. But
Yes.
it is, isn't it? It's a catharsis of the soul. I mean, it is an outpouring of soul.
Of soul, and
soul.
it relates to everybody.
I think that's why soul music is so, you know, well, of course, it's an offshoot of blues, really, as is most everything that's contemporary music today.
Yeah.
But when you look at soul, you know, it's a direct derivative. It says a lot about what blues is. You know?
Right.
It's soul.
And everything is a spin-off of it.
Everything is a spin-off.
Everything is a spin-off
You know,
of rock and roll, jazz,
so many times
R&B.
we've talked about on this show about the Beatles, you know.
Yeah.
And all of us little boys watching the Beatles growing up and thinking, oh, we just love that. And little did we know at the time that it was really a regurgitation of Muddy Waters coming back to America.
Exactly,
from,
Chuck Berry and all.
And all of them. And we didn't know, you know, at the time, but we learned later.
Yeah.
You know. It put a different perspective to learn that, you know, later on. But, you know.
And I think that's what this show is about. This show is what I love about the way Pepe, Diddy, the director, and the musical director, and all the artistic elements that came together collaboratively for this production, they brought it in to educate everybody from the beginning to the end. And originally, it wasn't necessarily in the chronological order, but I think they geniusly brought it together to where you would leave the theater feeling like you understand fully how it began and how it ended.
That's
Well,
great.
and not really ended, but how it's continuing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say ended because you can never end the blues because it's still developing different genres. But and
well, you know,
it's that amazing.
on this in this state, we've got such great blues artists.
Ooh.
You know, they go back to the beginning of, you know, the Chicago blues era. You know, this. I
Right.
mean, this is really the fountainhead, and we talk about it all the time. But it is the fountainhead of the blues, which is really indicative of the fountainhead of popular music in America,
Right.
here in Mississippi. You know,
And some of the most amazing blues singers are unknown in the
that
Delta.
is the truth. And even here, I mean, so many artists, you know, great artists, you know, and but you know, and it's funny. So many artists are, if they are recording and they go to Europe and their records are selling in Europe, but they are loved in Europe, but no one knows them here.
And that's awful.
Isn't that the truth, though? I mean,
and we have such a rich history that everybody in America, but definitely in Mississippi, should know about.
Should know, yeah.
And that's something.
It really
But
is.
Tougaloo College is actually developing a blues program, but that's awesome too.
In the music area.
In the music department, actually, and I'm really excited about that.
That's
And I
interesting.
think that's great, and I'm hoping that they will come and see It Ain't Nothing But the Blues and be more inspired.
So it's at New Stage Theater,
New Stage Theater.
right here in downtown Jackson. So
Yes.
I'm sure it's fairly easy to. We'll put the website up on the screen before we go.
Absolutely.
And now, can you tell us a little bit about the two songs you're going to sing?
Well, one in particular is one of my favorites. It's St. Louis Blues, and it's a terrific song that, I want to say W.C. Handy. I want to make sure that's correct. But was written, and I think you really enjoy it. It's a wonderful song.
And this one is you have an accompanist?
I have, yes, Chris Blissett, we call him Red, and he will be accompanying me, and he's one of the most talented musicians ever.
And then you will sing.
And then I will sing just a snippet of an a cappella piece that I'm doing and also doing in this show that's from the African chant bracket of the production.
Great.
Right at the
Well, we're
beginning.
looking forward to it, and we'll have Kimberly with us singing from the show It Ain't Nothing But the Blues after this, so stay tuned.
I'm Dr. Quinn, and I believe in the power of exercise. Many patients ask me if they're going to get high blood pressure or diabetes because their parents had these conditions. I tell them that we cannot control our genetics, but we can control our diet and level of exercise. Practicing healthy decisions result in a better outcome. I'm Dr. Quinn, and I want you to remember that you have control.
Bengal presents From One Legend to Another.
When I moved down south, I was not prepared for these insects and pests. I'm so glad my neighbor recommended Bengal. Now I could spend time doing more of what I love.
People trust Bengal products' legendary performance for insect problems in and around the house. Bengal products really work.
Using Bengal gives me more time with the love of my life, Mr. Snuggle Muffins.
I am Kimberly Morgan-Myles from New Stage Theater, It Ain't Nothing But the Blues, and I will be singing a song called St. Louis Blues, because the women sing the blues too. I hate to see the evening sun go down. I hate to see the evening sun go down. It makes me think of my last go round. St. Louis woman wears a diamond ring, pulls her man around by her apron string. If it weren't for powder and her stone-bald hair, well, that man I love wouldn't have gone nowhere, nowhere. I got the St. Louis blues. I am blue as I can be. Ooh, he's got a heart like a rock cast in the deep blue sea, or else he wouldn't have gone so far from me.
Since 1849, Carter Jewelers has been a part of Jackson's rich history. Over 163 years later, we've not only survived, Carter Jewelers has flourished. From generation to generation, we've established a tradition of excellence. Our reputation is built on customer satisfaction, service, and trust. Every piece of jewelry is handpicked, so you know you're getting the best value.
Nobody says I do like we do at Carter Jewelers.
Come see us and be part of our history.
Bingle presents From One Legend to Another.
Good day. I must say I've deduced that Bingle Roach Spray is a superior product. It's kept all traces of those vile creatures from my home. Which lets me focus on more meaningful pursuits.
People trust Bingle Roach Spray's legendary performance. No odor, no mess, no roaches. Bingle Roach Spray really works.
With Bingle, I love having a little more me time.
And this next piece I will do, short piece, is a Negro spiritual. I'm going to do what the Spirit says do. I'm going to do what the Spirit says do. I'm gonna do what the Spirit says do. I'm gonna do what the Spirit says. Do.
Bingle presents From One Legend to Another.
When I moved down south, I was not prepared for these insects and pests. I'm so glad my neighbor recommended Bingle. Now I could spend time doing more of what I love.
People trust Bingle products' legendary performance for insect problems in and around the house. Bingle products really work.
Using Bingle gives me more time with the love of my life, Mr. Snuggle Muffins.
Ingalls Shipbuilding is hiring electricians, structural welders, machinists, ship fitters, pipe fitters, and pipe welders in our Pascagoula, Mississippi site. Signing bonuses available for pipe welders only. Positions are union represented. Come build your career with Ingalls Shipbuilding. Go to www.huntingtoningalls.com/careers or call 888-935-1507. We'd like to thank Kimberly Morgan-Myles for being with us tonight, and we invite you to visit New Stage Theater for this production and the many other great productions they do throughout the year. Also, our website where all of our shows are archived, Nightique.com. I'm Edward St. Pé, and thank you for being with us on this edition of Nightique.